Welcome back to Bob's Magic Emporium. Time for the next all-new trick questions, the show where we talk about your favorite magic tricks. Still not feeling 100% today, so that's why the camera angle is not the usual camera angle for this show. But we're taking a look today at Overstuffed by Bizarro, a really great trick where you take the cream off of an Oreo cookie, you lick it off, and then it appears back on. BX Shep says, is it worth it, and how many gimmicks do you get? Like one cookie gimmick or three, or how many? Big smiley face, big smiley face. All right, it is definitely worth it. The spectators get really freaked out when they see the cookie cream appear back on the cookie. And you get 2 Oreo cookie gimmicks. I'll talk about that in a moment. Magic Man 009 says, in the instructions, they teach a switch where you can have the spectator examine the cookie. No, but again, I'll talk more about that in a moment. Caleb Casper, how easy is it to perform? Also, what are the angles, like if someone is behind you and they're going to figure out the trick and ruin the trick? Also, one more thing, does it come with a DVD? And if it does the DVD teach how to like switch the cookie out to be examined with a regular Oreo? Or does it teach bonus tricks, tips, and different and better handlings? All right, very easy to perform. It's like the paper cut kind of magician trick. I couldn't think of the word. Trick, where it's like no sleight of hand at all. The angles, I would say, are best from the front. You could maybe do it from the back, but I would just recommend try to get your audience in the front. Like most magic tricks, most magic tricks are best viewed from the front. It does not come with the DVD. There's paper instructions, and it does not teach you how to switch out the Oreo. What I do in the trick is I have an Oreo cookie package, and I'll put the gimmick back in, and if they want to see an Oreo, I will give them one out of the package. But normally, my pattern is I'll say, go ahead and take an Oreo cookie. And they'll take one, and then I'll pull the gimmicked one out, and I'll say, do my whole spiel about licking the cream off, and that way they're holding a real Oreo, so they think, oh, that's got to be a real one too. Because they're holding a real one, they're playing with a real one. And also what you can also do is, if you don't want to do that, you can also have like a handkerchief or a silk or a paper towel. And on one side of it, you're holding a regular Oreo, and you have like your silk kind of draped over your hand. And you say, oh, this Oreo got a little saliva on it here. Let me wipe it off. As you do, you basically do a switch where you take your silk, you bring it over, so you're covering the gimmick, and they see a regular Oreo, and you can say, here, take that. And then you pocket the silk with the gimmick in, so they can have a regular Oreo there too. And there is one other trick you can do with the Overstuffed using both of the gimmicked cookies, where you have one cookie has cream, the other one you bring out and it shows no cream. And you say, now watch the cream. It's going to slowly go away and appear in this cookie. And you see the cream go down, and then it appears in the one in your other hand. That's kind of something, I wouldn't use that other routine, but it looks cool. I use just the regular Overstuffed. So overall, I really like the Overstuffed by Bizarro trick. It really freaks people out when they see the cookie and the cream appears back in there. All right, next week we're going to take a look at My Pet Boris Magic Spider. This is the trick where the spider appears on the phone, crawls around the phone, and then you tell a spectator to wave their hand over it, and a big honking spider. Or you can also do a cockroach or spider appears on the back of a spectator's hand, and they freak out. So we're going to talk about that next week. So make sure to post your questions down below for My Pet Boris Magic Spider, and I'll see you next Thursday. More. Do you know how to mix up cards? You say, you are not cards. You are not cards. You get the 2 tubes, and you get a certain amount of bottles. Let me grab one of the real and usable. You're probably talking like $100 trick. So that's why. And it's a real... Their selected card will say there's the King of Diamonds, goes right on the table. And all